अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह। वानियम्बाड़ी के बिरादरम के एहसान अहमद साहब का एक मजमून पढ़ता हूँ, सुनिएगा। ये मजमून पढ़कर आपको खुशी होगी। हमें तारीख़ में जाने की ज़रूरत है। हमारे बड़ों ने जो काम किए हैं वो आज भी सबको रोज़ रोशन की तरह आया है। उनके कारनामे बहुत हैं। उन्होंने कौम की खिदमत की है, उन्होंने मुल्क की खिदमत की है और उन्होंने तालीम के लिए जो कुछ किया है वो काबिल तारीफ़ है। उन पर सबको गौर करने और अमल करने की ज़रूरत है। तो आइए अब देखते हैं कि एहसान अहमद साहब मजमून में क्या कहते हैं। The guiding lights of Vaniyambadi, recipients of the titles Khan Sahib, Khan Bahadur and Sir, by K. Ehsan Ahmed, Vaniyambadi, Tamil Nadu. In the present era, the Government of India confers honors such as Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and Bharat Ratna upon eminent personalities who have done great services for the benefit of the people and country. Similarly, during the period of British rule, the British government bestowed various honors upon individuals who rendered outstanding services in administration, the judiciary, education, public service, and social work. Separate honors were designated for followers of different religions. For example, Muslims were awarded titles such as Khan Sahib, Khan Bahadur, Nawab, Nawab Bahadur, etc. Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains were given titles such as Rai Sahib, Rai Bahadur, Raja, Maharaja, etc. Sikhs were awarded Sardar Sahib and Sardar Bahadur, and Christians were conferred titles such as Knight, Commander, etc. Likewise, honors such as Sir, CIE, Companion of the Most Eminent Order of the Indian Empire, CSI, Companion of the Most Exalted Order of the Star of India, KCSI, Knight, Commander of the Order of the Star of India, and KCIE, Knight, Commander of the Order of the Indian Empire, were awarded to the individuals of all religions with no restriction based on faith. In the fertile town of Vaniyambadi in Tamil Nadu as well, there have been such personalities whose achievements were recognized by the British government through the conferment of titles such as Sir, Khan Sahib, and Khan Bahadur. This article mentions 5 such individuals who rendered invaluable services to the community and the nation, in recognition of which the government of that time honored them with various distinctions. Naiwasal Abdul Wahab Sahib was awarded the title of Khan Sahib, while Malang Hayat Basha Sahib, T. Aminuddin Sahib, and Tagdi Badruddin Sahib were conferred the title of Khan Bahadur. Khatib Ahmad Hussain Sahib, popularly known as Amin Jang Bahadur, was awarded the titles of CSI, KCIE, KCSI, and Sir. Tagdi Badruddin Sahib, Malang Hayat Pasha Sahib, and T. Aminuddin Sahib were philanthropists, visionaries, and persons of strong character who played a highly significant role in laying the strong foundation of Islamia High School and in the construction of its historic building. Malam Naiwasal Abdul Wahab Sahib died 1942. Naiwasal Abdul Wahab Sahib was a renowned and large-hearted personality of Vaniyambadi, whose generosity and public service remain exemplary to this day. Vaniyambadi Government Hospital, which stands as a shining symbol of benevolence, public service, and far-sighted leadership, is in fact a practical manifestation of his spirit of charity and noble intentions. In accordance with his wish and plan in 1948, motivated by the ideals of public health and social welfare, the school building established on his personal property was converted into a hospital and handed over to the Vaniyambadi municipality. The primary objective of this initiative was to provide essential medical facilities, especially to poor and needy women and children. From 1948 to 1958, the hospital was administered under the supervision of the Vaniyambadi municipality. In 1958, recognizing its public importance, the government of Tamil Nadu took over its administration and named it the Government Women and Children Hospital. Since then, this hospital has been continuously serving the public. Naiwasan Abdul Wahab Sahib's services were not limited to the hospital alone. He also donated the building of the Vaniyambadi municipality office. In addition, the municipal school located in the Fort Qila area of the city of Vaniyambadi is also his donation. The Naiwasal Abdul Wahab Ladies Park, exclusively for women, was likewise dedicated by him for public use. In 1914, a large public gathering was held under the presidency of Tagdi Badruddin Sahib, in which a national and reformist institution named the Muslim Society was established. Malang Hayat Basha Sahib and Naiwasal Abdul Wahab Sahib were also present at this gathering, and both were included among the founding members of this institution. He was also deeply associated with the Anjumane Khair-Khah-Am Vaniyambadi and continued to play a prominent role in social services. From 1935 to 1942, he served as the trustee of Anjumane Khair-Khah-Am Vaniyambadi. From 1933 to 1938, he continuously rendered services as the Vice President of the Anjuman. From 1938 until his death in 1942, he served as the President of the said Anjuman. When Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah Aam established the Madrasa Niswan and fundraising began for its construction, he participated wholeheartedly and donated generously. His name is also included among the special benefactors of Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah Aam, who supported the Anjuman from its very inception and provided it with strong foundations. Not only did he extend his support, but his wife also fully supported the Madrasa Niswan. His wife was among those distinguished women who were always at the forefront of national and social service. In recognition of his outstanding services, the British government conferred upon him the title of Khan Sahib in June 1941. Naivasal Abdul Wahab Sahib passed away in 1942. Following his demise, condolence resolutions were passed at the meeting of Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah Aam held on 21st December 1942. Even today, the Naivasal family continues to carry forward his vision and mission by providing land and resources for various public welfare projects and by giving top priority to the well-being of the people of Vaniyambadi. Naivasal Abdul Wahab Sahib was truly a great, kind-hearted and magnanimous human being. His selfless services and works for public welfare will always remain alive in the hearts and history of the people of Vaniyambadi. Malang Hayat Basha Sahib died 1917. Malang Hayat Basha Sahib is counted among those distinguished personalities of Vaniyambadi whose tradition of generosity and public service is still alive today. He was one of the founders of the Vaniyambadi Mohammedan Educational Society, which is now known as the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society. From 1905 until his death in 1917, he served as a trustee of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society. In 1912, Malang Hayat Basha Sahib and Malang Haji Abdul Rahman Sahib donated 15,000 rupees for the construction of the first floor of the iconic red building of Islamia High School. The building was named Malang Manzil after the donors. In 1914, Malang Hayat Basha Sahib donated 5 houses located in the Kolar goldfields. In 1915, the Lord Pentland Memorial Building was constructed, for which Malang Hayat Basha Sahib, T. Aminuddin Sahib and Tagdi Badruddin Sahib donated 2,500 rupees each, respectively. The generosity and open-heartedness of himself and his uncle and father-in-law, Malang Abdul Rahman Sahib, were mentioned by Khatib Qadar Basha Sahib in the poem. हाजी मलंग अब्दुल रहमान जो बवाखार हैं, नवासी का अख्द उनके है जिसकी ये बशाशत। दामाद हाजी साहब यानी हयात बादशाह हम जुल्फ की है, उनके दुख्तर ने तैनत। दामाद और खुसर की तौसीफ़ क्या करें हम, मशहूर खल्क हरजात दोनों की है तिजारत। खल्क व करम है, खल्क व करम में दोनों आलम में है यगाना, मंजूर उनको हरदम है कौम की हिमायत। तालीम के लिए वो रुपए दिए हज़ारों, वाला है बज़ल उनका आली है उनकी हिम्मत। अहले वतन है उनके मालूफ जानो दिल से, है नक्श उनके दिल में अपने वतन की उल्फत। ये अंजुमन हमारी है खैर ख्वाह उनकी, मोहसिन है वो हमारे हम पर है उनकी मिन्नत। तारीफ़ मोहसिनों की है फ़र्ज़ अंजुमन पर, उनके हर एक खुशी में लाजिम है अपनी शिरकत। These verses describe the honor, mutual relationships and social services of Malang Hayat Haji Abdul Rahman Sahib, Malang Hayat Basha Sahib and their family. The poem praises their business acumen, generosity, financial support for education and love for the community and the homeland. Overall, the poem presents them as benefactors of the Anjuman and as esteemed members of society. He was also associated with Anjuman-e-Khair-Khair-Aam Vaniyambadi. In 1914, he was a member of the executive committee of Anjuman-e-Khair-Khair-Aam Vaniyambadi from 1915 until his death in 1917. He served as the trustee of the Anjuman. His role in strengthening the Anjuman during his early years was particularly significant. The Madrasa-e-Niswan, established by Anjuman-e-Khair-Khair-Aam Vaniyambadi, continued until the end of 1914 in the form of various branches housed in rented buildings, because at that time there was no large permanent building that could accommodate all the students. From the very beginning, the office bearers of the madrasa were concerned about constructing a permanent building for it. Allah Almighty showed a glimpse of the fulfillment of this wish when Malang Hayat Basha Sahib, with the intention of conveying spiritual reward, Isa al-Sawab, to his respected uncle, the late Malang Haji Abdul Rahman Sahib, granted a stipend of 2,500 rupees by adding 600 rupees as a donation. To this amount, a spacious house was purchased and endowed at a total cost of 3,100 rupees on Iqbal Road, on the western side of the madrasa land, where a hostel for students currently exists. The main branch of Madrasa-e-Niswan was shifted to this building. In 1914, a substantial amount was received for the madrasa's capital fund, which included a donation of 2000 rupees from Malang Hayat Basha Sahib. On 31st January 1915, a meeting was held in which a permanent list for the Madrasa Construction Fund was opened, and it also included a donation of 2000 rupees from Malang Hayat Basha Sahib. In recognition of his services, the British government conferred upon him the title of Khan Bahadur in June 1915, on which occasion Khatib Qadir Basha Sahib composed a poem that was presented on behalf of Anjumane Khair Khah Vaniyambadi. ताजर जी वक़ार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, बासे इफ्तिखार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, नेक सिफात नेक दिल नेक मिजाज नेक हो, औरों को शुआर हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, कौम की खिदमतें अदा तुमने किए हैं बेहिसाब, कौम के गम गुसार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, हाँ बहादुरी खिताब तुमको मिला बजा मिला, उसके ही साजवार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, शक नहीं इसमें कुछ ज़रा भर अता वजूद के गौहर शाहवार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा। जो अता को देख कर कहते हैं खादिमान कौम रहमत करेगार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, रंग से बो से जिसकी है ताज़ा हर एक दिलो दिमाग, वो गुले नौ बहार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, सिद्क़ से तहनीयत अदा करती है आज अंजुमन, खल्क़ में नामदार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा, वस्फ़ हो किस तरह रकम खामता बाशा से, लायक व शानदार हो तुम आए हयात बाशा। This poem is a tribute to the personality, character and services of Malang Hayat Basha Sahib. The poet describes his integrity, noble character, service to the community, and regards the conferment of the title Khan Bahadur as a result of his merit. Overall, the poem presents him as a source of pride for society and a role model worthy of emulation. On the epitaph present on his grave, the following chronogrammatic verses are inscribed, from whose final line, the year of his death, 1935 Hijri, corresponding to 1917, is derived. ईद उज़ ज़हा के रोज़ वो वासिल जां बहक हुआ, यानी मलंग खुर्सीर खादिम कौम खैर खा, छूटा जो कल्ब नब्ज़ तो हातिफ गैब ने कहा, साया कुर्ब हक में है आज हयात बादशाह. From these verses, it appears that his death occurred on the day of Eid al-Adha, from which it can be inferred that he passed away on Friday, 28 September 1917. Upon his death, the famous poet of Madras, Ismail Seth Maghmoom Sahib, composed the following chronogram, from whose final line the year of his death, 1935 Hijri, that is 1917, is indicated. हुक्म ख़ज़ा न टल सका आह जहाँ से चल बसा, रहमत हक़ हो चारा साज और हयात बादशाह. मेरी हल्तजा यही साल वफ़ात भी यही, वक्फ़ हो लुत्फ़ बेनियाज और हयात बादशाह. On the death of Malang Hayat Basha Sahib, my grandfather Kishangari Haidarul Hassan Haidar Sahib's elder brother Krishnagiri Mahmudul Hassan Mahmud Sahib composed the following poem. नाला पुरदर्द से है लब पर फरियाद व फुगां, फरता गम से शख्स जिगर है और आंखें इन हिलाल. किस गम में आद सर पर खाक उड़ाती है ज़मीन, क्यों नज़र आता है हर पीरो जवां आशिफ्ता हाल. उठ गया है वो सखी इब्न सखी इब्न सखा, वानियम्बाड़ी में जिसके दम से था करफंदा फाल. शान रहमत से तेरी हरगिज़ नहीं है ये बईद, नियामत फ़र्द फिरदौस से नियामत फिरदौस से कर बहरा ज़रा ए ज़ुलजलाल. हर महल महमूद को हातिफ से आई ये निदा, लिख सुन हिजरी हयात बादशाह का इंतकाल. These verses were composed on the death of Malang Hayat Basha Sahib. In this poem, the poet describes the atmosphere of grief prevailing in Vaniyambadi, the restlessness of the people, and the heartbreak felt in their hearts. The deceased is portrayed as a great benefactor, kind-hearted and generous, whose presence was a symbol of prosperity for Vaniyambadi. The poet concludes with a prayer to Allah Almighty to bestow upon the departed the blessings of Jannatul Firdaus, and then through a divine indication points to the year of the death with the words Hayat Basha ka intiqal. Upon his death, condolence resolutions were passed at the meeting of Anjuman-e Khair-Khah-e-Aam held on 4 October 1917. Even after his demise, his family continued to carry forward the mission of his services. Malang Hayat Basha Sahib was a man of lofty character, a man of heart, and a generous human being whose public services will always be remembered in the history of Vaniyambadi. K. Aminuddin Sahib died 1927. T. Aminuddin Sahib was counted among the respected and renowned individuals of Vaniyambadi whose generosity and service to humanity are cited as examples even today. From 1905 to 1921, he served as the trustee of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society. On 4 September 1907, when donations were announced for the construction fund of the Red Building of Islamia High School, T. Aminuddin Sahib offered a donation of 3,500 rupees. He further donated 5,000 rupees to the construction fund and in addition handed over to the society a property worth approximately 20,000 rupees which generated a monthly income of 75 rupees. Apart from these donations, whose total amounted to nearly 30,000 rupees, he also regularly paid a monthly contribution of 100 rupees for several years. At the 1912 meeting of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society, presided over by the respected Justice Abdul Rahim Sahib, a resolution was passed to give the hostel the status of a permanent institution and to construct a suitable building for it. On this occasion, an announcement was made to raise 10,000 rupees, of which 8,000 rupees were received immediately. This included a donation of 1,003 rupees from T. Aminuddin Sahib, a donation of 1,000 rupees from Tagli Badruddin Sahib, along with contribution from other gentlemen. He was also associated with Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah-e-Aam Vaniyambadi. He took an active part in the establishment and consolidation of the Anjuman. In 1914, he was a member of the executive committee of Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah-e-Aam Vaniyambadi. From 1922 to 1927, he also served as the president of Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah-e-Aam. A few verses from a poem written by Khatib Qadar Basha Sahib for one of the Anjuman's gatherings are given below, in which the generosity of T. Aminuddin Sahib is praised. Chanda 10 रुपये माहवार दिए एक आली निशान गौनपुर, नाम उसका है टी अमीनुद्दीन, ज़ेरा ताजल अनगोनपुर, और भी हस्ब हौसला चंदा दिए सब उम्दगान गौनपुर. In 1910, when Anjuman-e-Khair-Khah-e-Aam established the Madrasa-e-Niswan, T. Aminuddin Sahib not only pledged an annual donation of 120 rupees for the madrasa, but also endowed a new house for its use. On 12 October 1912, the foundation stone of the new construction was held, on which occasion many gentlemen of the city contributed generously to the construction fund. On this occasion, T. Aminuddin Sahib also presented a donation of 750 rupees. At the meeting held on 11 February 1923, when it was decided that the capital collected was insufficient to complete the building The proposal was approved to immediately obtain interest-free loans, Qarza Hasana, from members and begin the work. On this occasion, T. Aminuddin Sahib stepped forward and provided 5,000 rupees. In 1925, T. Aminuddin Sahib donated 1,000 rupees to the construction fund, and in 1927, he donated 250 rupees to the same fund. In addition to T. Aminuddin Sahib, the women of his family also rendered notable services to Anjuman-e Khair-Khah-e-Aam. His respected wife also made a substantial contribution to the construction fund for the new building of Madrasa-e Niswan under the Anjuman and deposited an amount of 8,000 rupees in 1913. When the prize giving ceremony of Madrasa-e Niswan was held on 13 November 1911, it was presided over by his respected mother. Besides this, several other gatherings were also held under the presidency of his respected mother. In recognition of his distinguished services, the British government conferred upon him the title of Khan Bahadur in January 1917. On this occasion, my elder grandfather, Mahmudul Hassan Mahmud Sahib, composed a congratulatory poem in Persian, from whose final lines the year 1917 is derived. The verses praise the generosity, good frame, name, and services of T. Aminuddin Sahib. The poet writes that his good name is inscribed in the garden of the world, and that the title conferred upon him was fully appropriate to his services. This honor was a fitting bestowal by the British government in accordance with his status and condition. The poet regarded this event as a Gregorian date and stated that the auspicious title of Khan Bahadur became an adornment for him. This poem was published in the famous Madras daily Jarida Rozgar on 9 January 1917. He passed away in 1927. On this occasion, Ismail Said Maghmoom Madrasi wrote a poem from whose final line, the year of his death, 1346 Hijri, is derived, which corresponds to 1927 in the Gregorian calendar. नासिह मुशफ़िक़ जो था और रास्त बाजुट एक खल्क आखिर इस दुनिया से रहलत कर गया, वो पाकार अस बे जोर से इल्तिजा मक़बूम साल इंतकाल टी अमीनुद्दीन हो और Urb Subhane Dil Nawaz. These verses mention the death of T. Aminuddin Sahib. The poet pays tribute to him as a virtuous, upright, and well-mannered person, and also indicates the year of his demise. Upon the death of his wife, condolence resolutions were passed at the meeting of Anjuman-e Khair-Khah-e-Aam held on 16 July 1922, and upon his own death, condolence resolutions were passed at the meeting of Anjuman-e Khair-Khah-e-Aam held on 26 September 1922. Even after his passing, his family kept alive the tradition of his welfare and carried forward his enduring services. T. Aminuddin Sahib was a man of a strong character, large-heartedness, and generosity, whose public services became a luminous chapter in the history of Vaniyambadi. Tagdi Badruddin Sahib died 1925. Among the renowned benefactors of Vaniyambadi, the name of Tagdi Badruddin Sahib is mentioned prominently, and his welfare services are still cited as exemplary even today. From 1905 until his death in 1925, he served as a trustee of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society, and from 1917 to 1925, he also served as the General Secretary of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society. Tagdi Badruddin Sahib played a prominent and important role in the establishment of Islamia School and Islamia College. In March 1907, Tagdi Badruddin Sahib expressed his willingness to donate to the society his mandi, valued at 5,500 rupees. Along with this, he also donated a nearby plot of land valued at 9,000 rupees. Furthermore, he offered to bear 2/3 of the construction cost of the building to be erected on this land for the madrasa. The society decided that the portion of the building constructed through his donation would be named after Tagdi Badruddin Sahib and called Badruddin Masjid. The ground floor of the school was completed in 1910. The total value of Tagdi Badruddin Sahib's assistance for the school building and the capital fund amounted to approximately 25,000 rupees. When a delegation of the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society was sent to obtain financial assistance from the Asaf Jah government, and the Nawab decided that the institution be named Usmania, which was not acceptable to the people of Vaniyambadi. A meeting of Anjuman-e Khair-Khah-e-Aam was convened under his presidency on 11 May 1917. In this meeting, it was decided that since the Vaniyambadi Muslim Educational Society had already converted its Madrasa Islamia into a college, establishing another college in the town without the society's supervision would certainly cause displeasure and opposition among the Muslims of Vaniyambadi. Consequently, it was decided to send a telegram to His Exalted Highness the Nizam, respectfully requesting that Usmania College be established in some other city. He was also associated with Anjumane Khair Am Vaniyambadi. In 1914, he was a member of the executive committee of Anjumane Khair Am Vaniyambadi. From the very beginning, the Anjuman enjoyed his support and patronage. He served as a president of Anjumane Khair Am Vaniyambadi from 1913 to 1922 and from 1915 until his death in 1925. He performed the duties of trustee of Anjumane Khair Am Vaniyambadi. During his presidency, at a meeting of Anjumane Khair Am held on 7 October 1917, it was decided that a telegram should be sent to the government of India regarding the release of Maulana Mahmudul Hasan Sahib, Muhaddis Deobandi, Rahmatullahi alayh, Maulana Muhammad Ali, Rahmatullahi alayh, Maulana Shaukat Ali, Rahmatullahi alayh, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Rahmatullahi alayh, and other detailed Muslim leaders, and that this proposal should also be presented at the public meeting to be held in Madras on 8 October 1917. In 1912, at a meeting of Anjumane Khair Am held under his presidency, it was decided that since the Ottoman Empire was facing several hardships, it was extremely necessary to assist the wounded and the fighters and to support orphans and widows. Accordingly, it was resolved that, as in other cities, the public of Vaniyambadi should be encouraged through the motivation and exhortation of religious scholars to contribute donations. Due to the impactful speeches of the scholars and the religious zeal and enthusiasm of the city's elders, a powerful donation campaign spread throughout the city, and 30,000 rupees were collected from Vaniyambadi alone. This entire amount was handed over to Tagdi Badruddin Sahib, who dispatched it to Constantinople on 22 December 1912. Vani Asmat Basha Sahib was recorded the history of Newtown Mosque, Vaniyambadi, in which he has given a detailed account of Tagdi Badruddin Sahib. He wrote that Tagdi Badruddin Sahib took responsibility for the construction of Newtown Mosque, and under his supervision had a magnificent mosque built, which was completed in 1925. At that time, this mosque was more beautiful and prominent than other mosques in Vaniyambadi. He himself proposed the name of the mosque and handed it over to the residents of the locality. It is noteworthy that after the completion of the mosque, he not only did not participate in its inauguration, but also never offered prayers in that mosque. He believed that if during prayer the thought of the mosque construction were to cross his mind, he might be deprived of the ongoing reward. sawab jariyah of that deed. The article continues. You can hear it in my another video. Thank you for your listening.